Hello, it's Zev here with a really cool and most importantly, fast way of travel in Satisfactory. As you can tell from the title, probably has something to do with killing yourself. Well, I'm not here to spoil, here to show. You can travel using belts, you can travel using trucks and all that stuff, but nothing's quicker as teleporting to your base. Now you're like, wait a minute, what about all your stuff? Like, look at all this good stuff. I don't want to lose this. This is very expensive. Well, the answer is pretty simple. You just plonk it down in this chest over here. I'll do this actually because it needs to get rid of my jetpack. Now I have nothing on me. I could go and die. The next logical question is, what about your items? You're still gonna have to wait for them. And the answer for that is pretty simple. Automate your inventory. Have an inventory waiting for you. Now, it's supposed to be going to that chest, but I cut it off with my conveyor belts. Where it's going is, well, the belts let me move, it's going to this system over here. So all my items are actually going through the sorting system that goes into my storage system, and then this system, which then automates my ideal inventory. It makes this every single time. Right now it's in the process of doing this because I'm doing a take 2, so I'll just simply cut when this process is done. And we are finishing up here any second now. This will now stop. Okay, so we simply hit the sort button over here, and now this is our ideal inventory. It's very good. Looks like it made one mistake here. This is supposed to be 100, but that's okay. It does that sometimes. Some stacks will be 99. It will never go and overflow to make a new stack. That will never happen, which is perfect. So I simply press take all, and then for the singular items that I have over here, like the jetpacks and stuff like that, I can't implement them into my inventory system, and I will show you why later on. Not my sorting system, my inventory refill system. So now I have the perfect inventory. I have what I wanted in the first place. So let me back up. Before I tell you how this works, I want to tell you what is happening to my items as they come back. As they come back, which they still happen, it takes a while because I died really far away. Goes to show how fast death teleportation is. I have a sorting system over here, which simply is made with smart splitters, which is something you can get for using Deuterium technology. All you have to do is find 25 ore from either a node or a rock. You can research it in the MAM at your hub, and then research it one more time at the hub to get the smart splitters, Mark II power poles, and blade runners. So with this Deuterium technology, I simply split one left and one right using the smart splitter, and then everything else goes through the middle to the next. So as you see, my items are finally here, and now they're going to be sorted throughout the sorting system. This sorting system then feeds into my storage system, which is a little spaghetti. I know. Maybe a little bit more than just a little spaghetti. Then it feeds to this system. This system, obviously, as you saw, remakes my inventory every single time. So I don't have to, wait for my items to come back. I can die, pick up my items, and then go further on. So how I did it was, I took a number, specifically 100, and I kept multiplying it by 3 until it got very close to the 48 slots here, which times 100, which would be 4,800. So what I did, I kept multiplying by 3, and then I got the closest number to it by multiplying by 2. And the reason I only multiplied by 3 and 2, I did multiple variations. 5,400 was my my best. is because this has only 3 inputs and 3 or 2 inputs, or 1, but you know, multiplying by 1 doesn't really do anything. So it's either 3 or 2. And with that, I could set up the ratios over here. And as you imagine, if I had just 1 item on a stack, I would have to start off not at 100, but at 1. And that would require a lot more chests, a lot more mergers, and a lot more frustration. But not really, because you only need to do it for the branch that has the blade runners or the chainsaws or the jetpacks and the xenoblades. It would only have to be 1 branch, because a neat trick, if you have enough of a certain item, like I have a ton of stacks, I don't have to start at the very back. I could just merge all of them. Like imagine these 3 were all the same thing. I don't have to merge 3 of the same item. I could just simply have this output be the item that I want, which is something I did over here. These are, as you noticed, closer up than these, and I have a lot more wire. Well, because wire is in a stack of 500 versus everything else, which is in a stack of 100. I have industrial beams, because as you notice, my inventory is just filled with those. And if you noticed anything with my projects, I tend to use that a lot. Concrete, you can never have enough concrete. And quick wire, which is the other wire that also stacks up to 500. Now, if I don't kill myself, you can see that for the stack of 50s, I had to build one behind. I just didn't put the chest behind. What's going on right here is that this is splitting it into halves. This is splitting it to 6. This is splitting it to 1/18. This is splitting it to, what's 18 times 3? I think 1/54, something like that. And so this is a 1/54, and so is that. But you can go even smaller, and you can go split by 2, because if you want to get a stack of 50, you just simply split a stack of 100 by 2 and get 1 out of 108. So using all these ratios, I add up to a big fat 1. And it's of course limited by the bell speed of this, the refilling speed over here. So it's definitely not the fastest refilling thing, but the best you can do is 1 input. If there was a chest, if the Mark II chest had 2 inputs, this would become more fun and more compact, that is also. But as it is just 1 belt with 450 per minute, and this whole inventory is 5,400 total, because of the wires that increase the net amount of items per stack. This takes exactly 12 minutes to refill. So obviously, if you want to go teleport back to your base, you're gonna have to do it once every 12 minutes on average. You can definitely do another system like this, so you can have it to 6 times a minute. You can do it again to do it 3 times a minute, which I doubt you'll do it 3 times a minute. So another thing you can do is do buffer systems. So you're not going to be dying all the time. Like on average, you're probably going to die less than 12 times a minute. You're probably going to teleport back to your base less than 12 times a minute. There'll be definitely times when you do it more than 12 times a minute, but on average, like say you're building a factory up there and it took you like 2 hours to build, you can set up a lot of buffers with this in the meantime. Sadly, you can't connect it with belts, because the problem is it will constantly take from the bottom right. It will not take evenly from this whole section. And there's currently no way to do that. So the only way to set up a buffer system would be to manually take all from the sorting thing and then put it into an empty chest. such as, well, let's see if we have one. Yeah, such as this one. You just take all and put it into this one. That's the only way we can do a buffer system as of right now. If anyone has a good idea how to set up a buffer system with this, that'd be greatly appreciated. Also, this is not purely my idea. My stream and my viewers helped out a lot. In fact, one of them did the math here, which is very nice. But yeah, this was very helpful. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for helping me build this. This is actually very convenient. I recommend you guys try it out. That's it. Yeah. Check out my stream, I guess.